feel like we always talk about the physical reactions with anger and the negative habits, but we never really touch on, the thoughts when you're mad too, and how important it is to try and shift your negative thoughts when you're mad. So, what's up, everybody? This is Real with Ron, where I have real conversations with real people to help you get to know the real you. And today we're going to be talking about a topic we barely hear anyone talk about. A topic no one really teaches you how to deal with unless you go to therapy of some sort or till it really gets bad and you're like, oh yeah, I struggle with this. And it's just something I really feel like we should really spread light on. And today I have my homegirl here, Rolla, and I also have my mama, Toni, here. So these are two people I watch both struggle and change for the better with this. And I'm just excited to talk about it. Okay. So the first question I'm going to ask y'all is, how do you control what you say when you're mad? Yeah.
Yeah, like I just told, Rolla, I told y'all on the way up here, it's less of us and more of God. Like, in all that we do, you seek ye first the kingdom. And it's hard to stay focused on that when you're caught up in the situations. But, man, we just talked. When you're operating in you, you're doomed to fail. You're doomed to say something that you should not say. Yeah. So just try as much as possible to let God do the talking for you. Let the Spirit do the talking for you.
Yeah, she right, because I was raised like in a Christian home, and they were actually, even though they was Christian, they had to build up on that relationship. For me, I had a relation with God, but I was still doing worldly things, like acting like of the worldly ways. Mm-hmm. So like now, before I say anything, I be like, dang, is God gonna kind of put this back on me later? Am I finna regret things I'm finna say or do? Like, or because when I was younger, or not even young, because recently I done had got into it with somebody. Mm-hmm. So it's like, dang, was it even worth getting mad about? Like, did I just go off and, now my mouth party and now, and now I'm guilty or something? Yeah.
I feel like the way I control it is I definitely can try and control my thoughts, because I feel like that's a big thing. Because once you can control your thoughts, it'll turn over with your reactions to things. So, yeah. I feel like we always talk about the physical reactions with anger and the negative habits, but we never really touch on, the thoughts when you're mad, too, and how important it is to try and shift your negative thoughts when you're mad. So what type of thoughts do you guys have when y'all mad? Or do y'all try hyping yourself up to get even more mad, or y'all trying to calm yourself down?
Okay, once it's up there.
It's up there.
You ain't got to hype me up no more. I'm up there, you hear me? I don't hype myself up, but I'll be like, oh, yeah, they going to get it type thing, Okay. Like, I don't even, like, to be honest, I have no thoughts. I black out. I just, whatever I done said, I done heard from somebody else, and they tell me basically what I said, and I kind of put the pieces together.
Yeah, you like,
like,
wow.
Dang.
What about you, though? You trying to hype yourself up? Be real.
Like, when I'm there, I'm there. I'm so high, I'm high-fiving Jesus. Do you hear me? Like, my anger level is, like, up there. So that's why I am just so conscious of it now, because words hurt. Mm-hmm. And they stick with you for a long, long time. I think even more so than someone punching you. Those words, because you can replay all that stuff over in your head all the time. So I have been just very conscious of what I say, because the tongue is a sword. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It is.
Did y'all know that there's different types of anger?
Yes. Really? Yeah, there's a mental, physical, emotional. There's different
but
levels of it.
There's also, like, look, Dr. Daniel Fox is a licensed psychologist in Texas, and he said there are 7 types of anger. And I'm sharing with this, y'all, so y'all can be aware of it and just help y'all get to know yourselves and learn yourselves. And I'm going to put a link in the description to take the quiz and see what you are. And just, like, look up TikToks about it, read books, just know how to deal with you, because you'll know how to deal with people in turn. But you have to ask yourself these uncomfortable questions to, get to know why you act the way you do. But, okay, so the first type of anger is passive anger. And this is, like, the subtle things you do to purposely frustrate somebody. So, like, pick someone up a little late because they made you mad. Yes, being petty, basically. Yeah. And the next one is explosive anger. Now, remember these, because I'm going to ask y'all what y'all think y'all are. Okay, explosive anger. Sudden episode of rage that can lead up to arguments or physical fights and property damage, threatening or insulting people. That's explosive anger. Then there's also hardened anger. Stuck in this quicksand of anger, you hold grudges and you hang on to this anger, and it creates hatred and bitterness. There's vengeful anger. Continuous thoughts of revenge, how to get back at the other person, and thoughts of how to get back at someone who did you wrong. Chronic anger, holding on for 2 months or more. Might be angry when you wake up and maybe even all day. incidental anger. This is like the healthy type of anger. I didn't know it was really healthy types of anger, but this type of anger that motivates you to deal with in situations. Doesn't get you off course, but drives you further down your course. And this last one, empathic anger. This is also a healthy anger on the behalf of someone else by the way they're being treated. You know, if you see somebody struggling, you're mad the way somebody's treating them. If you don't know what anger you struggle with, you know, like I said, I'll put it in the description. But what y'all think?
Ooh, baby.
Let me tell y'all what I think, y'all. Look, Rolla, you are definitely...
I'm scared.
Right, like you know she don't care.
You definitely the explosive anger when you were, so now, but now I don't.
I think I'm chronic.
Definitely, yeah, girl, that's you, certified.
Why she say that?
But I don't know, Rolla. No, actually, I think you're the incidental anger. I feel like you got more of the healthy anger now, where it, like motivates you to push you, you know, on your course, like down the road. I feel like that's definitely
I
you.
agree with that one now. When I go to the gym, please make me mad. Cause I'm finna add 20 to this.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, so look, now I posted on my social medias what are some questions and things they want us to talk about, and thank y'all for that, for real. Hey, support go crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But let's get into it. Okay, how should you react when someone triggers you? We talked about triggers earlier, but we never really talked about, you know, you spoke on it a little bit though. So how should you react when someone triggers you?
When you are aware of your triggers, you've already pre-planned for this. Like, I have an issue with road rage, okay? So when I get in my car, I'm already like, God, I know today people are going to pull out in front of me. They're going to do stuff to make me angry. So, God, I need you. Like, I just invite God into my day. And that really helps me with my triggers because we can't do it alone. Yeah. We can't. Operating in us just solely, we're going to mess up. But I just try to invite God into my day in everything that I do. That's how I deal with it.
You want to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was finna say, definitely, okay, you also being aware of your triggers and you also communicating, hey, this really bothers me when you do this. Because that's a big thing. If people really care about you and they really love you and respect you, they're going to honor you. Exactly. Yeah. So that's definitely one. And I'll be cooling for the most part as long as I tell them, hey, this is what you did, this is how it made me feel, and this is how you can fix it in the future. We'd be good.
Yeah. For me, I feel like if you've been, like, most people that's around me now, they've been here for a while. So you can kind of already tell certain things that upset me and how I'm going to react. And I feel like having those triggers and being able to walk away from it is how I kind of deal with it. Even I do have dismissive anger. I'm not going to lie. If you make me upset, I'm going to leave you alone until I don't feel angry no more. I did in relationships. I do in a friendship. I do it with family. That's just the way I respond because that's the way I've seen also, too. And I feel like that's me being able to control my emotions instead of reacting off of, you know, being so reactive.
How do you go about accepting things you aren't ready to accept? I feel like for me, definitely, because I've been in a lot of these situations. I operate in like goal setting, and I always want to get better with the things I do. So I'm always like, okay, I adjust and trust. Like, I'm adjusting to the situation, and I'm trusting God will help me through this. I'm trusting in myself that I have the tools to help me get through this, and I be good. Like, it's really the confidence I have with myself with getting through things. And I'm always thinking, okay, yeah, this is going to help me with this in the future. This is happening for a reason, and I'm going to be straight.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't answer this right now. I'm about to cry. Go ahead, baby.
Go ahead. All right, what about you, though? How do you go about accepting things you're not ready to accept?
Okay, so recently, my significant other passed away, so that's something I'm actually currently dealing with, and, like, I just can't accept it. Like, in my mind, I want him to be alive, like, I want him to be here still, like, you know what I'm saying? So I just have to, like, give to God, like, you know, we're going to come back, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we're going to go to heaven, so that's just...
Yeah.
So how do I deal with accepting things I'm not ready to accept? Wow, Ryan, that's who
hey,
that
shout out to my team,
that's a good
to my manager.
Like, they're emotionally available because
that's a tough question.
No.
Again, it's a God thing. Everything is spiritual. No matter what we go through in life, everything we deal with, the hand that we've been dealt, is always for our good. And to say things are hard, all I can do is trust God. Yeah. Because I know He sees the bigger picture while I'm right here with my little eyes just only seeing what's in my view. God knows why everything is transpiring, and it's for a greater purpose, no matter how painful it is. So just trusting God.
Yeah.
How do you
understand anything we were talking about?
Yeah.
how do you deal with an angry person you love?
That's hard because, like, like I said, I have people in my family that's angry. Like, I just choose to let them deal with their own anger because I understand that they're not emotionally dealing with what they need to deal with to be happier within themselves. So I kind of just stay away from them for my own stuff because even though I'm healing, I'm not healed. So I also know that they're my family or there's someone I love that knows me enough to trigger me on purpose. So I just choose not to deal with them until they're ready to deal with me.
And Rolla, I know that's hard because, you deal with people whenever you're close to them. But with that, you like regularly you'll deal with people and also what comes with them. But when you deal with anger, like an angry person, that's on another level because you're dealing with everything just laid out like that. So
and it's hard to deal with when it's someone like you're in a relationship because it's like I love you, I don't want to argue with you. But at the same time, you're not being respectful and respecting my boundaries. So I'm just going to let you calm down because I obviously can't help you. So I'm going to wait until you're ready to speak to me the way I need to be spoken to so we can go somewhere with this conversation.
That's what you're saying. Do y'all think therapy can help with anger?
Oh, no, baby.
Okay, but are you saying that because, like, your experiences, or are you just... See, I feel like it really depends on the therapist.
The person is.
Yeah, I feel like it definitely can, though. I've never, like, talked to a therapist about anger.
I just feel like, to be honest, they kind of telling you about yourself that you already know. Like,
But also they ask you questions. Because that's what therapy helped me do at first. Like, it helped me to really get to asking myself those deep questions. Once I did that, it was so easy for me to work on myself because they gave me the platform. Yeah. They gave me the plan. I just need the platform. That's all I needed. But, yeah.
I feel like it depends on the therapist, too, because not all therapists are where they need to be for themselves to help somebody else.
Yeah. But going back to the question, how do you deal with somebody angry?
Yeah.
You saw my face.
That's why I skip right past.
How do I deal with myself?
Yeah.
Because I was angry every day from the time I wake up until the time I go to bed. And my anger was just bleeding on my family. I would have moments of isolation where I would put myself in the corner. I would just cry myself to sleep or things like that. And it just, you can't operate. And then it's like I'm operating in a mess, and God isn't going to bless a mess. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm supposed to be the best version of myself that God created me to be. So when you're angry, you bleed on other people, and it's not fair to the other people. So that's why I had to take accountability and really sit back and say, okay, Toni, it's not all these other people. It's you. You need to address your anger. So in my therapist, I went through a couple, but the therapist, the recent therapist that I had, I really liked her. And I think that's what you have to do. You have to find a person that you can relate to. Everyone therapist that you deal with, they're not going to live your specific life experience or have that exact life experience, but you have to get someone that can closely relate to something similar that you've encountered. And my therapist is
that's true.
A+.
A white man that was soft and sweet and sugar coated.
Totally the opposite of me. Hey, but real stuff though, this was taking me. I'm really proud of y'all, for real. Even being here today and sharing it, for real. But look, somebody said thoughts on this quote, okay? Anger is the part of yourself that loves you the most. It knows when you are being mistreated, neglected, and disrespected. It signals that you have to take a step out of a place that doesn't do you justice. It makes you aware that you need to leave a room, a job, a relationship, and old patterns that don't work for you anymore. Learn to listen to your anger and make it your best friend. Now, that last part, I've never just thought about that. Like, I've always thought to sit in your emotions, to just evaluate them, but to listen to your anger and make it your best friend on a deep level, that's different.
I feel like that you have to be a different type of emotionally
in tune, and that's crazy though.
I've seen that and I was like, dang, I ain't never thought about it.
Because your anger can push you.
Yeah,
it can push you to greatness. It can propel you to a place in life where you're just like everything that's happening now, right? We never imagined.
Never. Never.
Yeah.
But somebody said they want us to talk about how a lot of anger can stem from bitterness and childhood trauma.
Yeah, that's true. If you watch a lot of negative people in your family and stuff and see how they handle you and they being negative with you, you ain't gonna want better for nobody else because you already so negative. You feel with negativity.
And with that too, I feel like it's also what you give your attention to and your time to. If you're just watching, like you said, like shows that feed into that angry side of you, that's why I cannot watch shows like that. Or music too, or music, or just like friends around you who's always like wanting, like that's not gonna do nothing for you.
When they're down and negative, they want you to be there with you.
Yes.
Like, I don't want to be where you are.
That's what I told Rolla too coming up here. Like, stuff you do is either going to add to you or take away. You have to be sure that everything you're engaging in is something that's going to add value to you. Because if it's not adding value to you in some type of way, indirectly, it's taken away.
Yeah, that's true.
I know all my friends like, dang, this where you get that from? Yeah, girl, I do. That's where I get it out. But it's the last question. How do you deal? You already know what I'm finna say, girl. How do you deal with anger and grieving? Somebody asked that. But, grieving can go with a lot of things, too. Grieving, like, a job, a relationship, friends, too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, how do you deal with anger and grief? An old life you used to have?
I feel like you should go first because I feel like I'm a cry or something.
Oh, you want me to go first? I'll go first.
Yeah.
They're going to go for the cry.
Hold on now.
Okay,
so anger and grieving. Like I said, I just keep my head up. I just keep pushing forward. It's cool to look back on like how things used to be when it did happen though, and it's like, dang, I ain't got that no more. Dang, it's not like that no more. But that also should motivate you to, have something better, with that coming. The things you've learned during the situation or from that person or, from that job, it could definitely be a catalyst for, your new mindset. This motivation. Yeah, I feel like.
Oh, baby.
Thank you, girl.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
I think it's just a matter of learning to pivot. I think we sit back most of the time and we daydream about this wonderful life that we want to have. We wanted things that I'm going to do this by this age. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And we just convince ourselves that this is how life is going to be. And we do that without seeking God's plan. So I don't think in life our trials and tribulations that we experience, and I know what you're talking about. Right now, I just have a spirit of expectancy. Just knowing God has something so great in store.
Yeah. My shoe roller. Anger and grieving. How do you do it?
Like, real talk, okay, when my significant other died, like, I was mad at the world. Like, I wanted everybody to feel me. Like, I wanted to take out who took him from me. Like, that's just where my mind was. And I was waiting on anybody to speak on him because that's somebody I plan my future with. That's somebody, like, that's like my soulmate. Real talk, I feel like I can't find that in nobody. And it just made me very angry. Like, I built so much up to not be angry no more for him to lose the person I talked to all day, like, cried to, vented to, you know what I'm saying? So, I've never really lost nobody too close to me, so it was very hard for me to accept, to deal with. It's hard not to call him when bad stuff happened. It's hard not to call him when, like, going to the military. I can't call him every step of the way for his dad, so it makes me mad, Because you took him from me, and he ain't never really did nothing to you, you feel me? And friendships and stuff, it's just like, you broke my heart, and I ain't never been in a relationship with you. But it just showed me that you need to do you, I need to do me, and we just got to be separated, you feel me? But my significant other with him, it's just, right now, I'm just still dealing with it. So I'm still mad. Yeah. I'm still handling it. But I can't sit around and cry like I want to. I can't sit here and call him. So what's the point of being mad? You know? So, yeah.
But, Rolla, I want to say this to you. Had you not experienced that pain, your rebirth wouldn't have happened. Like, look at this version of you that I'm looking at right now. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. So pain, it has a purpose, but it's up to us to turn it all over to God and let him perform the work in us that needs to be done because we can't do it on our own. My angry bird syndrome could not handle it on my own. And I was bleeding on everybody. So God has something so great in store for you, sweet baby. You trust me.
Thank you.
I'm proud of y'all. For
Girl,
real.
I'm over here here for?
Nah.
I got on my new mascara. Can they see
girl. Nah. Hey, but nah. I thank y'all for being here.
Coming up. Somebody cry.
I know.
I'm trying to be Dr. Phil, y'all. What can I say? Like,
nah, you supposed to be Steve Harvey. What was that?
Nah, but y'all, I just want to say thank y'all for tuning in. If you know anybody who might need to see this and just hear this, y'all send it to them, man. They gonna thank you for it later. But y'all got anything y'all want to say? Close it off.
Yeah, watch her podcast. She be speaking some real stuff. You things you don't really think about, things you don't want to think about. She gonna speak on it. And if you ain't supporting her, congrats. I ain't gonna lie.
What about you, man?
So I just want to say I am so proud of you. It is an honor to be on your show, and I cannot wait to see what God is going to do in your life.
Yeah, because we talked about this, girl. Look
We
at
been,
you
hey.
spoken to existence.
Nah, but I appreciate you.
Thank you.
For sure.
All right. Thank you.